Papers, Please has always been a game I've been interested in, seeing multiple other YouTubers play it, but I just never really picked it up. As I was scrolling through the Steam store one day, I saw it for the first time in years and decided I wanted to 100% a game that I loved for so long. I was excited going into day one. I knew a little bit about the mechanics, but not much. Day one really just served as an opportunity to understand the gameplay again. By the end of day one, I was feeling like a boss. I was letting all the good people in, and I was kicking the dirty foreigners back to where they belong. I couldn't be stopped. Donald Trump would be so proud to see my performance at the border. This brought me into day two, and nothing really interesting happened this day. Business just went on as normal with a rule change that foreigners were now allowed in. I got a citation or two, but nothing really major happened at all. Wait, what's happening? Why is the guy jumping the fence? What the fuck? Yeah, so it turns out that terrorists aren't only a Middle East thing, but the people of Papers, Please also have an Allah. Who would have guessed? Now, I would just skip day 3, because actually nothing interesting happened this time, besides for a bunch of strippers giving me business cards, but I didn't really find any of them attractive, until my man came in. This is Georgie. Georgie is kind of a piece of shit. He only has all his needed information once throughout the entire playthrough. He also tries to smuggle in drugs like 3 times. Despite this, Georgie instantly became my favorite character in the game, due to his understandingness and his sheer determination to get into the country. 3 days had passed, and everything was going fine. Georgie had come back and tried to get in with his very believable passport, but that's about it. Things at the border continued to go smooth, and I didn't experience much difficulty. I did get a booth upgrade at the end of day 5. The only thing that allowed me to do was use space to toggle inspect mode rather than press the button. Day 6 brought in this stripper, who says she is working for the food service, but I know that she's just a stripper. She claims that she's getting followed by a guy named Gary Ludman. Surely enough, he comes in slightly after her, and I let him in because I forgot about the note. Okay, so going back and editing the footage, I noticed that I actually did see the note, and I just let him in because I'm an idiot. And not only did I see the note, I fucking triple checked it.
Stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
So after I let the sex trafficker in, I continued with my job, just letting people in the country, or denying them if their paperwork was bad. So there was yet again another terrorist attack. I was starting to feel like a Pakistani living on the Indian border.
When I will grow up, I will be army and save Pakistan and destroy India.
Strong army, whoa, great!
I left out day 7 because nothing of importance happened. But now my son was sick, and instead of getting me a beer and letting me watch the sports ball, I had to get him medicine. Now, day 8 is the first time we'll meet Ezek. This guy in the hoodie shows up quite a lot throughout the playthrough, and he hands me a note that says Corman Drex. Now, I didn't know what this meant at the time, but I'd find out later. This would also be my first task provided to me from Ezek. Day 9 started with a security guard coming into the checkpoint. His name turned out to be Solensk, and he gave me a deal. For every 2 people I detained, I'd get 5 credits. I took Solensk up on his offer, as it was more income for me and him as well. It was a win-win pretty much. Ezek's agent, Corman Drex, showed up. He looked at his paperwork and he asked for the note, so I gave him the note, I approved his paperwork, I gave that back, and then he gave me this weird paper that explained Ezek's mission. So I read it, and then I gave it back to him, to which he then gave me this weird paper with a bunch of letters and symbols on it. On day 10, my boss showed up. He kind of just told me I was doing a piss poor job and to be better because of how many citations I received, and that's about it. The EZIC agent came back today, and he gave me a decipher for the paper that the other agent gave me a few days ago. With this decipher, I found the names Mikhail Saratov and Stephanie Greer. I would need to keep a lookout for them in the coming days. Now, up to this point, I still didn't have any achievements, and that was one of the main reasons why I even bought this game in the first place. I was tempted to look up a guide, but I decided to keep sticking with my blind run, hope that I got some eventually. I started up the next day in hopes of getting Stephanie and Mikhail, but my guy Georgie came in, and at this point I had known that Georgie wasn't very trustworthy, so I was really looking for stuff to get him on. I checked about everything that was on his paper, but he turned out to be good, so I let him pass. And when I let him pass, I got my first achievement on the run. Oh, let's go! Finally. I never thought I was going to do this. Georgie had given me this token as a sign of respect and our friendship, because we had grown to know each other so well at this point. I was kind of tearing up. I never thought I'd see Georgie turn from the criminal lifestyle. So after I got done with Georgie, I motioned for my next customer, and it turned out to be Mikhail. I was on the look for him, and I matched the discrepancy, but I let him pass because that's what EZIC wanted me to do. No! So despite for being on the lookout of Mikhail and Stephanie, I denied him, and I sent him on his way. I realized this and then proceeded to reset the day. So I was determined to look out and pass Mikhail this time. And I kept looking and looking, but Mikhail just never showed up. I don't know why. I thought he would have shown up and the day would go like normal, but he just never did. The next day, this inspector showed up, asking for evidence of EZIC due to an attack on a club the past day. I don't know. But he really expected me to switch up on my day ones like that. These guys were with me when I was at my low, and now that I'm up top, he wants to join my club? Yeah, no way. After 3 days, Stephanie finally showed up. I was ecstatic because I could now complete my task from EZIC and get another one. So I sent her on her way and wasn't going to make the same mistake I did with Mikhail. The next day, the EZIC agent showed up to take the papers back and to give me the good news that both of their agents got in successfully and are now planning to take down the tyranny of Aristotska. So the next day, they gave me access to a gun. I thought that was pretty cool.
Glock, 17 shots. Pen gun, mightier than the sword. Sword gun, mightier than the pen gun. AR-15, MK5, MAC-10, paprika.
That's weird. I use that pantry a lot.
And the paprika not enough.
I forgot to mention this guy. He was looking for engineers to hire and gave me a bunch of cards to pass out to engineers. So I gave them out, and he came back and gave me my second achievement of the run. Thank you. The rest of the day continued to go smooth. Until... It was a close one, but thanks to my ninja aim, we weren't going to have another terrorist attack today. EZIC showed up the next day, explaining that the terrorist attacks weren't from them, but from radicalists. They also gave me this piece of paper to decipher a passport when it gets through, for the next agent. So a few people later, and the next EZIC agent shows up. I see that she's the agent, and I send her through. She said this weird message about a red guy, but I have no clue what that means, so I disregarded it. I almost get through the entirety of the next day, but another terrorist attack happens, and I'll just let you watch it. Crap. Yep, I missed all 3 shots because of my Thomas Crooks aim. I let 3 soldiers die, and another terrorist attack happened. So that was not a very good day at all. Despite this, it was my son's birthday coming up, so I decided to get him his crayon set that he really wanted, because I'm just such a good dad. Nothing happened in day 19, so I just skipped it and decided to head to day 20. You have got to be kidding me. I spent 25 credits for my son to make me this piece of crap. I should take him to court for first-degree murder of my eyes. Despite the atrocity that my son made, Isaac showed up once again. He gave me a note detailing that I need to kill a guy named Khalid Islam, and then he gave me a bunch of poison powder to put on the guy's passport if he passes through. Khalid did happen to show up, so I followed Isaac's orders. I put the powder on his visa and I rejected him, killing him in the process. The next day was boring besides for me killing this guy on the motorcycle. And additionally, day 22, nothing happened at all, so I skipped that as well. The Isaac agent came through and told me to kill the red guy in the crowd, so I did. Oh, another one. So killing the red guy got me thrown in prison, but it also got me an achievement and I fulfilled my duty to Isaac, so I take that as a win. After I got the achievement, I had to play again because I can't just end there. I have more achievements to get. We have to wait 3 days for something fun to happen again, but Isaac finally shows up, and they tell me to take a diplomat's passport and give it to the agent that will follow afterwards. So I did. The only thing that happened on day 28 was a terrorist attack on a motorcycle, but I've already shown myself murking someone off a motorcycle, so I didn't show it again. The next day, I received news that I was being audited, and this meant I was screwed. I'd been working with Isaac for about a month now, so I desperately needed to find a way to get out of the country. This is where Georgie's criminal history comes in very handy. He offers me a paper to buy fake passports, but in the end, he just gives me his and takes the papers back. So I had a passport to get out, but I still needed some for my family. A guy came in talking about his dead daughter, and he told me to confiscate the passport of Simon Wells, a child serial killer who apparently killed his daughter. So I did. After I confiscated Simon's passport, the dad came back in. I handed him the passport, and in turn, he gave me an achievement. The next day, the Isaac agent came in, and he handed me a paper that said they were going to blow the wall, but not to shoot at the people blowing down the wall, and that I'd be safe. So I was alright with that. Helping Isaac blow down the wall with their mission in general gave me an achievement, and that concluded the end of my first run. So after this, I went back and collected any achievements that I didn't get. This one was for reuniting a woman with her husband, even though she didn't have the credentials to get into the country. This one for giving a guy back his family watch. This one for cheering up a depressed guy. This one for letting a woman see her son even though her passport was expired. This one for moving my whole family to Oberstan. This one for achieving a Class 5 apartment. And finally, this one for completing the game like a good little border guard. Yeah! Let's go, last one. And that concluded all I planned to do. I figured out through playing the game that there are 20 endings, which technically would be the completing the 100%, but I didn't really want to do that, and I wanted to make this video. If everyone wants to see me do the 100% and get all the runs or endings, I will, but right now I probably won't do another video unless it's requested. I would like to thank everyone for watching this video. I had a lot of fun playing this game. I wanted to play it for a while, and I finally did. So I plan to make more videos, and I'm open to any suggestions that people have in the comments. So if you like the video, please like and comment more if you want anything.